Is everybody hearing me clearly? Somebody is saying that the audio is breaking. Hello? Okay. So this is being brought to you by Trading Pro Nigeria. So let's start off. So we're going to start off with the economic calendar. Today being Wednesday, the 21st. The only major news we have is FOMC minutes, and it's coming in at 7 p.m. Niger time. So that's just the major news we have going in for today. So it might just be a very once you don't have fundamental news to drive liquidity, you just need to be very, very careful trading. So it's going to be push, what I call push me, I push you. There's no major trend. So you just need to be very careful. So as always, we're going to start off with the Euro GBP, US 100, dollar index, Euro USD, GBP USD, gold, pound yen, Euro yen. So starting off with the euro yen, if we start off, that's the euro pound on the daily. This pair is bearish. This pair for now is bearish. This pair for now is bearish, but what we are experiencing is a retracement. What we are experiencing is a retracement. Price is retracing into this last up close candle. As you can see, we already have a swing. When I talk of bullish evidence, this is what you're looking for, a bullish swing. That's one candle to the left, a lower candle in the center, a higher candle to the right. So we can see that price is coming into this fair value gap here. This fair value gap might not hold price. Everybody is muted for a reason. Everybody is muted for a reason. So if you wish to talk, you can just type in. Everybody is muted for a reason. So if you wish to talk, you can just type in. So price is retracing into this area, but there's the possibility that it may extend higher. It may be coming into this higher fair value gap. So where we are now on the 4-hour, we have this fair value gap here. But if you look closely, like if you attended the class yesterday, I explained what it is. It's what you call a balanced price range. That's between here to here and here to here. So if this starts to retrace, you watch this fair value gap here. If price starts to retrace, that's if it retrace, because one, it's already at this fair value gap here. There's a gap here. So this may cause price to retrace. If price should retrace from here, you'll be watching this level here. This is what you call a balanced price range or an inverted fair value gap. An inverted fair value gap, that's what it is called. Here. So you'll be watching this area for the retracement to hold within here and for price to continue to the upside, probably targeting the midpoint, that's the equilibrium of this high, that's the equilibrium of 85.29 to 85.92. So that's what we'll be waiting to see on this pair. So that means that going into New York session, we might see a little bit of euro strength going into New York session. So the next pair we're going to be looking at is the US 100. So looking at the US 100, intraday, this pair is bullish for now. But if we look at where price is, it's at, there's a value volume imbalance on the daily. That's where price is. But this level is from, I think it's the 4-hour time frame. Yes, it's from the 4-hour time frame. So you have this gap to this gap, this place. There's a gap there. So looking at this now, if you look at it closely, you can see that price is within this range. And if you look closely, we have what is called a master candle on the 4-hour time frame. Somebody may say, what is a master candle? A master candle is a candle that has a minimum of 4 candles within its body. So for now, the 4th one is forming. So when you have this clearly tells you that you are in a range on the higher time frame. So what you will do is you pick the low. Now, since this is on the 4-hour time frame, I already noted it as dealing range because I know what it is. So a dealing range low and dealing range high on the 4-hour. So if you now drop to the lower time frame, and if you notice, it's very rare for you to have a 4-hour range line up with a 1-hour range. That's a 1-hour, 4-hour master candle line up with a 1-hour master candle. As you can see, if we drop to the 1-hour, it's still holding. And on the 1-hour, it's much. So that tells you that this low is going to be very important. That low at 19,650. It tells you that that low is going to be very, very important. If there's going to be any major move, that low is where you'll be watching to see what price is going to do. So basically, New York session, if price spikes this low, you'll be looking for long opportunities, except you get the 1-hour close below it. So if you get the 1-hour close below it, you'll be waiting for something like this, and a move down. But if you don't get that, you might get a sweep of this low and then a rush back into the range. So then you can then take a long opportunity. But we'll decide that when we get into New York session. So the next we're going to be looking at is the euro, is the dollar index. So looking at the dollar index, long term for now, on the daily, this pair is bearish. This pair is still bearish. But where price is now, let's start from the weekly. If you understand PDRAs, before a major swing low or a swing high, the last line of defense is what you call a rejection block. And that's what we have here. And if you notice, this rejection block is between a very important fair value gap here on the weekly. If we drop to the daily, if you look at the same area, you would notice that there is an imbalance here between here and here. You see, there's gap here, and that gap has a fair value gap again. That's what you call a volume imbalance, which is different from a fair value gap. That means that there's no candle bodies there. That's what an imbalance means. And that is where price, and this on the daily, that's what has caused this bounce in price. And with this bounce, price is hitting this level here. There's another gap here. This gap is from the daily. From the weekly, I mean, if I go back to the weekly, you're going to see where that gap is coming from. The gap is here. As you can see, it's between here and here. That's where the gap is. Let me just go back to the daily. So the gap is here between this place, these two highs, and also this point here. So because the gap extended from here, and that's where price is hitting now. So if we go down to the 1-hour, 4-hour time frame, we already have a bullish swing here from this level. So we go down to the 1-hour. If we go down to the 1-hour, what we'll be expecting is, we'll be expecting a bit of a retracement. But you'll be watching this 1-hour candle here, because we seem to be having it setting up for a range candle. So if price comes down here and doesn't close below this low, then we might see the start of a retracement. But for now, this bearish order block seems to be holding price. seems to be holding price. The retracement seems to be done, and we might be seeing price continue to the downside. But we'll wait and see what New York session has to offer. We'll wait and see what New York session has to offer. So the next we're going to be looking at is the Euro USD. Looking at the Euro USD, if we start from the daily, this pair is still very bullish. It's still very bullish. And on the weekly, we have this pin bar is a fair value gap. It's the fair value gap. This pin bar is a fair value gap. So price most likely is trying to hit 1139, 1.1139. But if we go back to the daily, we see price is retracing a bit after sweeping previous day's high. If you go down to the 4-hour time frame, there seems to be a swing high in play on the 4-hour time frame, but you'll be watching these fair value gaps here. This fair value gap. So if we go down to the 1 hour, if we note this point to this point, as the 4-hour fair value gap. We note that 4-hour fair value gap there. So we can see there's already a rejection there on the 4-hour time frame. We'll go down to the 1-hour time frame. I see there's a bit of a rejection, but my concern there is just like you have this candle on the dollar index, you also have it now on the Euro USD. So let's go down lower to see what we have. So for the Euro USD, we need to see some kind of reversal formation here. On this Euro USD, we need to see some kind of reversal formation here. So probably a retracement that does not take out this low. So something like this. Then a continuation, then you might take a long because you cannot buy here. And if you look at this fair value gap again, it's an imbalanced fair value gap. You have this point to this point. So you can see price is trying to clear it. But if price closes above it, then it's going to act as a support. So that's what you need to be aware of. So that level is between 1119, 1.1119 and 1.1121. So if we're able to get something like this above and a retracement and it holds as support, then you can take your long. But for now, you don't do anything until price closes above here. As you can see, price is battling that level. Price is seriously battling that level. So, and you can't sell here because the major order flow on this pair is still bullish. So this is where you wait and see. So this is where I will refer to as you wait and see what happens. So the next we're going to be looking at is the GBP USD. So looking at the GBP USD, if we look at the GBP USD, we start from the daily. The GBP USD has swept his major high here. Let's go to the weekly. If we look at the weekly, the next level comes in here. That's a weekly rejection block. A weekly rejection block. But if we go to the daily, there is a fair value gap that is slightly above the daily time frame. Here. There's a fair value gap here. So you can see that's where price tapped in. If you look at it closely, you can see that price tapped into the swept 30.45 and rejected. So if we go to the 4-hour time frame, then you also need to pay attention to this rejection block here. You need to pay attention to this rejection block because if price does not go back below it, it's going to act as support. So we go to the 4-hour time frame. Now we have another block here. So you need to be careful about this. So looking at this pair now, we seem to have what looked like a master candle, but 1, 2, 3. The fourth candle has swept this low. Then we do go down to the 1 hour time frame. We'll go down to the 1 hour time frame. Well, the possibility is that we might see a bullish move here, but like also, you see, we have one range candle here. We have one range candle here already on the 1 hour, and we have a fair value gap here. We have a fair value gap here on the 1 hour. Let's drop to the 15 minutes. If we drop to the 15 minutes again, you can see we have the same volume imbalance, balanced price range here and here, what you call an inversion fair value gap. So if this candle in the next 10 minutes is able to hold above this area, that's between 30.21 to 30.24, you wait for something like this. For it to hold that support, then you can take your long opportunity. But for now, you wait and see. This is a railway track, but the formation is not yet solid. The formation is not yet solid for a decision. The formation is not yet clear for a decision. So we just wait and see. So you are in a wait and see game on the Euro and the GBP USD. The next pair is gold. The next pair we're going to be looking at is gold. So if we look at gold, let's start from the daily time frame. Hello? Good morning. Okay. Okay. It's not a problem now. Maybe weekend. Yes, Saturday. Okay. Fine. Fine. Hello. So if we look at gold, we have another block here on gold. That's where gold is hitting at the same time. And if you remember yesterday, yesterday I said that where gold is, let me remove everything so that I can explain to those who were not here yesterday. Gold has something, gold respects master candles. That's what I found out with gold. And the thing with the master candle is this. If you have a master candle, the direction price breaks out of in the master candle would determine, like now, let me show, let's drop down to the file. For those that were not here before, let me explain to them. This is a master candle here. This is a master candle here. If you notice, the more candles you have within the master candle, the stronger that breakout is going to be. So you see this high to this low, you see price broke above it. So now, if we decide to calculate the if we decide to calculate the range of this master candle, that range is 614 pips. Now, if you extend that high, it will give you the target. And you can see that price hits that level here. Price has hit that level and it continued. Now, why did it continue? You're going to go to the daily time frame. If you go to the daily time frame, you have another master candle. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 candles here. this candle here, this is a master candle, because what makes it a master candle is when you have 4 candles within the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, minimum 4. The 5th candle broke above the high, and there was a little bit of a retracement. I'm coming. So there was a little bit of a retracement. So if we pick this low, so this high, you can see it's 949 pips. Now, if you extend that above the range breakout, you notice that the midpoint of that range breakout was where price, the midpoint of that range breakout is at 2507. Now you can see when price tapped it, there was a pullback. Now the 100% of that range is at 2552. Now what I have done is the remaining half of that range, that is what I've boxed here. And the midpoint of that level came in at 25.29. If you notice, that's where price hit yesterday and pulled back. Now, if we go back now to the 4-hour time frame on gold, you can see that gold is in a range candle also on the 4-hour. This last down close candle. At the close of this candle, you will complete the master candle. The close of this 4-hour candle will complete the master candle, and you have another block here. You can see price dipped into this other block and pulled off. So going into this pair now, if you ask me, I'll wait to see what they will do at this low. So let's drop down to the 1-hour time frame. Because as this pair is not yet bearish, it's not yet bearish, what you're looking at is a retracement. So it has come down to this level now. I know this level was important. As you can see, several rejections from there. So let's go down to the 15-minute time frame. We'll go down to the 15-minute time frame. Hello, can you guys still hear me? Type in yes. If you can still hear me, just type in yes. Type in yes if you can still hear me. So now where price is now, you can't take a long just straight up. You can't take a long here because when we have a bearish fair value gap here. So for you to take a long on this pair using the 15-minute time frame, you need to see a close above 25.12. So what do I mean? You need to see a break above here. Then you wait for the retracement in here. Then you can take the long. But knowing gold for what it is and what it can, my apologies, the network threw me out. My apologies. My apologies, the network threw me out. So, but I'm back now. So for gold, like I was saying, we need to see a break above 25.12. That's the nearest significant high. That is provided price does not sweep these lows here. Although price has swept it, the possibility still exists that price may still want to sweep this low here. Because like I always say, when you're trading, one thing you should inculcate into your trading is liquidity sweeps. It will help you a lot and it will reduce your stop loss and it will give you a better edge. So if you take a trade, you're more confident in the trade. So for me now, gold is past where you would have taken your sell. So what you now do on gold is wait and see. What you now do on gold is wait and see. So the next pair we're going to be looking at is pound yen. So we start on the daily from this pair. We start on the daily from this pair. We had a rejection candle, but this pair is still bearish. It's still bearish. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. Well, this rejection block here is where price is reacting from here. That's where price is reacting from. And looking at things now, let's go down to the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, you'll be watching 189.47 to 191.27. You'll be waiting for price to spike into this area here. This area here. If it gets rejected, because if you look at this, this was this last 1-hour candle was a master candle, and I think price has done the total expansion on it. Let me see. Take this down. Yes, price has done the total expansion on it, but we'll wait to see if this area will still reject price. If it rejects price, then you can take a short opportunity on this pair. If you take the short, maybe from this fair value gap here, because this is pound yen, it is notorious for sweeping liquidity. So if it sweeps it, then your first target, if you take the short, because this pair is bearish, this pair is not bullish. He's not bearish on the 1-hour time frame. His 1-hour time frame, he's not bearish. He's not bearish on his 1-hour time frame. So what you'll be waiting for is a rejection from this level here. Once you get a rejection, you take your short, then your first target is 189.47 before 188.94. But for now, we don't have bearish evidence. So if you want to take your shot, wait for them to sweep this high and come into this box, because we have another box here. So you can use this 15-minute box, because you can see it's a consolidation expansion and you're looking at the retracement. So from this high to this low, so if you use this, so let me remove, because as it appears, you use the ones most closest to you. So you'll be waiting for price at this 50, and that comes now 190.55. Probably just wait for them to sweep all this level, and you can take your shot. But for now, this pair is still moving up. Doesn't mean you can't take a long if you want to, but I would not advise it, because you don't buy into premium. You don't buy into premium. Because even if I use my, so you can see this is a fib tool on the MT4. So you can see, I hope everybody can still see my screen. You can now unmute yourselves and talk. You can unmute yourself and talk. Hope everybody can still see my screen.
Yes.
So just like I was saying on the 1 hour, you don't sell into premium. This is your dealing range. So you wait for rejection here, then you take a shot. So the next pair we're going to be looking at is Euro Yen. The Euro Yen, if we look at the Euro Yen from the daily, let me remove all I have here. Well, seems we're having a range candle on this Euro Yen. Seems we're having a range candle on this Euro Yen. Let's mute ourselves. If you don't want to talk, just unmute yourself. So if we go to the 4-hour time frame, this is that range on price. So looking at this now, you can't buy and you can't sell. That's one thing in trading. In trading, people think it is about knowing when to buy and sell. No. Knowing when not to take a trade is more important than taking the trade. So if I'm to look at this based off the 1 hour, I'm going to pick this low to this high. And see, price is sitting at the equilibrium of this range. So I'll wait for price to spike into here, get rejected. Then if that happens, I'm going to take a short position from here. If you take it, I don't trade yen. Yen is not my favorite pair. Your first target is going to be this low, 16170 before 16134. And if you should do, your stop loss is going to be above these equal highs. But knowing the market and the way they move, price is going to sweep these highs. The market does not like equal highs because everybody selling is where they've put their stop loss. And what are they going to do? They are going to come up to take everything out. So if I get bearish evidence here, I might take the short. That's for those who trade EM pairs. For those who trade EM pairs, if you get rejected from this fair value gap here, you might take the short, but a better short will be a sweep above these equal highs. Because if you look at what price has done, price has cleared these equal lows here. So that means most likely this move up is going to sweep all these highs here. So that's what you're waiting for. Because this leg down didn't make a new low. So most likely they were going to attack this high. So let's look at our FIB2. So also is at the 61.8, but I have a feeling that, like I said, if it doesn't get rejected and keeps moving up, then he's going to sweep 163.19. So that ends it. So now we are in a question and answer session. If you have any pair you want me to look at, maybe a pair I didn't look at, you could ask. Or if you have any trading question, any question relating to trading, you can ask so that I can do a little bit of answer.
Hello, great white.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning. Anyway, since you said our question can be related to trading, me, I want to ask about the night training. It's like, when is it going to resume?
Well, it will resume soon. Just stay tuned. You'll get details.
Okay.
But this is
Good
also an
morning, great white.
opportunity. This is also an opportunity because when you come here, if you have any questions, because everybody has their own trading challenge. So when you come in here, if you have a trading challenge, you can explain it. If you don't want if you don't want to voice it out, you can send me a direct DM. That's on the chat. That's on the Zoom chat. As we're on Zoom chat, you can send me a message that only me will see. Instead of selecting everyone, you just select to me and I will read it and then I'll be able to address the challenge for you.
Okay.
So somebody, wait, let me attend to this person. Somebody said NZD USD. So let's unmute ourselves. NZD USD price has swept this high. Let's go to the weekly. We have what looks like equal lows here. Let me look at this low. This low is at 858. This is a high, yes, has swept these lows here. So if you look at where price is on the weekly, price is between this point to this point. You can see it's already at the equilibrium. That's on the weekly. If we go to the daily, we have this point to this point. You get, we go to the 4-hour time frame. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, so you can basically see the level I'm looking at. So you see price has come in here and there's a rejection. So you can't sell here, if you ask me, because you might see a little bit of weakness coming in on this pair, but you will not sell here. Two things you need to see, and there's no fair value gap. Because when you're selling or you're buying, okay, somebody is asking for the YouTube link. Mm, mm, I don't know the password. So I'm trying to, let me just try and get the link. Give me a few minutes.
Great White, I don't think the thing is being recorded again after you came back from that network stuff.
Wait to
I don't think it's recording.
wait to
Check,
hold
sir.
this thing, hold this thing.
Okay, it's recording.
Oh, okay. So let me get the YouTube channel. Let me get the YouTube channel. No. It's not what I want to do. No. Those who want to, because I'll try and upload the recording here. Try. Can you all still hear me?
Yes.
So this is the channel at Trading Pro Nigeria. So you can you can like and share. So I've sent the link to the group. So you can copy it. So you just use our Trading Pro Nigeria. Is our Trading Pro Nigeria. Our Trading Pro Nigeria. So you can just search for it. And we have lots of videos here. We have lots of videos here for beginners and newbies. We have lots of videos here for beginners and newbies. So if you're a new person to trading, you can start from the newbies. If you are advanced, you can start from ICT concepts. So we have day 4. So you start from day 1 to day 4. So that settles it. So the person that asks for Euro USD. So if we start, we need to move up a bit. You get, there's no fair value gap here. So there's no fair value gap here. So what I'll be waiting for is a sweep. You just wait for a sweep. Let me look at the 15-minute time frame. There's no fair value gap here. There's no fair value gap here. And most likely, if this pair closes above this area, it will continue buying. Although there's a 15-minute bearish breaker here. There's a 15-minute bearish breaker here. So if you're looking to sell, because if you look at this pair on the daily, it has hit what is referred as cleared this high. And it did that overnight. It did that overnight. So if you want to, if the dollar index starts to gain strength, it may pull back a bit. That will cause this pair to rally. So if this pair is going to rally, if you notice at this area, we have lots of fair value gaps. So you'll be waiting for it to rally here and reject. So any other person? Somebody is asking, can I take a sell on gold? So like I said, anybody who has any trading challenge, you can type it in so that we can do a little bit of teaching before I end the class. The person saying you want to take it, Mr. Victor, what is your trading strategy? Mr. Victor? Hello? Mr. Victor, you can unmute yourself and answer me. You don't have a trading strategy. Or you have one, which one? Mr. Victor, answer me now. You don't, or you have? One. What I will advise you, Mr. Victor, to do is go to the YouTube page. Start from beginners. When you finish beginners, go to ICT concepts. It will help you. Now, if I tell you to sell here, if I say sell here, would this be a good trade idea? Let me ask everybody in the house. And if you say yes, give me a reason. If you say no, give me a reason. If I say sell here, will it be a good idea?
No.
Why will it not be a good idea?
At the moment, from my side here, looking at the 15-minute time frame, you look at the support.
Exactly.
So you can't sell from there until it break. If it break below, and then one can see confirmation, the bearish confirmation, then you can sell. But as it is now, it's not good for sell.
What did I say?
From my side.
Knowing when not to trade is more important than trading. Here, the last thing on your mind is to be a sell. Let's go to gold. Let me look at gold on my fib too. Well, gold still points that he might retrace, but let me use this fib tool on the 15-minute. So you see, gold is telling you that he might retrace off. So if you're to sell, you sell into premium. If you're to buy, you buy into discount. If we use this low to this swing high on the 15-minute, prices are discount. Prices are discount. Here, you're not to be thinking of selling. What you're to be thinking of is buying. And you can't buy yet. Who can tell me why you can't buy yet? Not Mr. Lulu. Let somebody else answer. Can somebody else tell me why you can't buy yet? Hmm? Can somebody help us with why you can't buy yet? Master candle. Master candle on, yes. There's a master candle on the 4 hour. Yes. Price is near the lower quadrant of that master candle. Well, we are anticipating a takeout of liquidity. Yes. What else again? Yes. What else again? You should answer me now. Ajia, Madam Ejiro, Mr. John.
Sir, what's the question again?
I said, looking at this on the 15 minutes, why can't we take a buy here? What's the criteria why we can't take a buy here?
Because no candle, no bullish candle have been broken to the upside.
Hello?
Okay.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, that's one. What else again?
Since there are many lows, maybe they will still take liquidity. I don't know.
Now, the major reason is there's no change of character.
Exactly.
Hello?
It hasn't broken a high. Who is asking?
Okay.
Mr. John. Okay, John. Okay. Thank you for joining. Mr. John, you can go ahead and talk.
You have said it now.
Okay. There's no
You have
break.
said it because there's no change of character. There's no short-term high that's been broken.
Simple.
To look for a retracement on that one and go long. There is nothing like that yet. There is no evidence to show you that it is no even a little reversal evidence.
So that's
And we
it.
can't even take a sell from here.
So it's basically what you call wait and see.
Hello, Great White.
Yes.
I think they want to take, Mr. John want to take a set because maybe they are considering the last bearish candle.
That's a wrong move.
Maybe that's a engulfing. Maybe. I'm just thinking.
Now, this is why you need to
forgotten
have
the weeks.
This is why
low.
This is why you need to pay attention to what you're about to do. On the higher time frame, is this not another block?
Yes.
Yes.
is another block. And it's a daily order block. So why will your village people push you to sell into a bullish order block on the daily time frame? And like I said, there is a fair value gap here. Why do you want to sell into a bullish fair value gap? And there's another block here. And there's another block here. And there's a low here. And this is gold, though. This is not Euro USD that you can recover from the move. The thing with gold is that you must respect gold so that he will respect you. That's just one thing with gold. They might sweep this low. The only time you don't need a break of a high or a break of a low to execute a trade is when they sweep a low. Once you see the low, that's a significant low. Once you see them sweep it and price closes back inside the range, if you're aggressive, you can take the trade. But for me, that's why you need to have a trading system. With a trading system, it will keep you out of taking bad trades. You know, somebody might say, it is selling. It is not selling off the 15-minute time frame. It's selling. If you wanted to sell this pair, you go to the 3-minute time frame. Now, when you go to the 3-minute time frame, you have this low, you have this high. That's the thing with gold. Volatile pairs, you can trade them off several time frames. If you wanted to sell, this is where you'll be looking to sell. Because you have a break of a low here, the retracement, you sell into premium. So if you wanted to sell, you would have sold here. Selling here, you're selling near the target. So for you to sell this pair, you need to see a displacement below this low. You need to see a displacement below this low, like you have here. So it is, so remember what the 4 tenets of ICT is. Who can help me? Who can help me? Who can remind me of it? I've forgotten. Who can remind me? What is one? One is what?
Consolidation.
Consolidation.
Person.
Consolidation what?
Expansion. Fair value gap.
Expansion.
Fair value gap.
Retracement.
Simple.
And reversal.
Consolidation. This is a consolidation here. This is the expansion to the downside. You wait for the retracement. Where did it retrace to? 3-minute fair value gap. You take your sell. You put your stop loss above the high of that consolidation. If you had done that, that's the beautiful thing about gold. This 34 pips. That's the beautiful thing about gold. You can drop to lower time frames if you get what they are doing. So for now, if I'm to use this 3-minute time frame, for me to sell this pair, what do I need to see? I need to see them break this high. Then I do this. Then I'm in line with the buyers. So any questions? Any questions? Everybody here cannot be a professional now. Don't be ashamed to ask your questions.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Please, I joined the class yesterday, and I was a bit lost, and so I told you which I missed the setup, right? So this morning, due to school runs, I couldn't meet up at the exact time, so I couldn't get up from the beginning. And I am, should I say, a beginner as well. So now you talked about taking a sell at the 3-minute time frame, of which from my analysis here, from this other angle, I am seeing the breakout from that 5-minute time frame. So what should a beginner like me do in times
5
like
minutes.
this?
There's no break here now. Which 5 minutes? You see, when you're looking at the chart, don't look at the candles alone. Look at the swing lows.
Okay.
If you are not using trading view, go to your MT4. When you go to your MT4,
Sir, I am not using trading view, sir.
wait, just calm down, calm down. Go to your MT4. When you go to your MT4, make the chart plain, make the chart plain. If you don't know how to do that, read it up. Go to YouTube. Then when you make the chart plain, there are two indicators you can put on your chart. You can put this fractal. To get that fractal, you go to custom, go to Bill Williams. When you go to Bill Williams, you see the fractals. When you click on it, you can make it black or any color. So this one, I'm going to make it black. Going to make it black, and you can make it big so that you can see it clearly. Now I've made this big. The other indicator you can use is the zigzag. So that one, you put your custom, go to custom, you go down. I have so many indicators in my trading distance. I don't use most of them. So when I have time, I'm going to clear out most of them. So you have zigzag. Once you put the zigzag, this is what I normally do. The input is set to 12. You get, you can leave it as 12, but I'll always say leave it as 6. So you do 6, 5, 3. Then you go to colors, you can change the color and you can change the thickness. So let me go to the one I've already put here. So you can see my own is set to 653. Somebody will say, why is the difference? If just watch the chart. When I change it to 12, watch what is going to happen. If I change it to 12, remember you have a high, you have a low here. If I change it to 12, see what's going to happen. Do you see it? It will show you a longer move, but it will not show you the most recent ones, intermediate lows. So that's why I always say you set it to 6. You set it to 6. You set it to 6. When you set it to 6, you click OK. Then it will then show you. Then what you now do when you have this is these fractals are swing highs and swing lows. You need to pay attention to them. So somebody now trading USDCHF, you can see there's already a break of this USDCHF to the upside. True or false?
True.
Now, if you use your horizontal line, there's a swing high here. And this swing high rhymes with this place. But on the euro, on this USDCHF, you have this high to this low. So if you want to do that box that you normally see me do on TradingView, you take this high to this low. You use your fib tool. You use your fib tool to do it. You use your fib tool, those of you who are using MT4. You use your fib tool to do it. So when you now use your fib tool to do it, what you're looking at is the equilibrium. That's the 50%. That's just where your interest is, because you want to buy at discount. You want to buy at equilibrium or discount. And if you notice, there's another block here. True or false?
Yes, sir.
This other block, why is this other block important? Who can tell me why this other block is important? Who can tell me why this other block is important?
It's the other block that broke the high.
And it has what? A fair value gap.
Value gap.
So all this move here is inducement. The major thing you're going to wait for is for price to come down here. So even with this fair value gap, you can come here, put your fib here. You put your fib here like this. Then come in. Put your fib tool like this. And if you notice, price has not come to the equilibrium. So, and that equilibrium is with all these lows here. So if price sweeps here and gives you a bullish signal, you can take the buy. If you take the buy, your first target is going to be this high. Your first target is going to be this high. Then if you look to your left, the next place is this place. Then you look to your left again. But you notice as you're moving, apart from the swing highs, remember that if you have any fair value gap, that fair value gap can give you some challenges. So if somebody says, okay, I'm going to buy here, if you buy here, the stop loss is going to go here. And that stop loss is going to be 19 pips. So let me take, this is a demo account, so nobody should hold me responsible if you blow your account. So I put this here. So let's see, and let me do 1:1. If I do 1:1, so you can see, if I'm doing 19 pip stop loss, my 1:1 is going to bring me somewhere up here. You get. So let me look at Euro USD. Let me see what Euro USD is doing. Let me find what Euro USD is doing. Euro USD is not doing anything nice for now. This low didn't break this high. So what are we going to be waiting for? We're going to wait for this move to break this low. If it breaks this low, then we wait for the retracement into that range, then we can take a shot. Then if you're taking a shot, you'll be looking at this low. That's on the 15-minute time frame, but let's go to the 1 hour time frame. If you're looking, if you take it, your next shot is going to be at this zigzag low. That's your take profit. But before that take profit, bear in mind that you have a fair value gap here. You have a fair value gap here. So this fair value gap might be checkpoint before this place. So do you see how you do the analysis and break it down? So if you just don't know what to do, just ask yourself, has price broken a fractal? If price has broken a fractal, especially on the 1 hour, if it has broken it on the 1 hour, you go to your 15-minute time frame. Because most times when there's a displacement, they leave a fair value gap. You get? So any other question? I'm supposed to have ended so that we can come back by 12:30. Any other question?
Hello, Great White.
Yes.
This, how do you do this? I love this configuration.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Hello?
Yes.
I think this is the configuration of this FT4.
Which configuration?
Yeah, this is a feeble configuration.
Okay, that fib configuration is an indicator.
Yes.
It's an indicator.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's an indicator.
Okay.
So like now the indicator is telling me that gold 1 hour is bullish, gold 4 hour is bullish, gold daily is bullish, gold weekly is bullish. So any down move is a retracement. So if I want to short this man, I go down to the 15 minutes, I wait for a retracement up. That's what I'll be waiting for if I want to short it. But if I stay in line with the prevailing trend, I can buy, but I don't have evidence yet. Because if you want to buy, you have to buy within this blue box. That blue box is the 38 to 61%. If it goes below, you should not be interested again. So if I want to sell, I need to be looking to sell between 61.8 to 38.2. As you will be looking to sell. If it goes above that, I'm no longer interested. So what I use this to do is to tell me whether I'm in discount or premium. Because if I look at the 4 hour, if I look at the 1 hour time frame, I'm in premium area. So I might sell down here, but I can't sell down here because one, the major move is up. So if I'm to buy using the 1 hour time frame, I'll wait for a retracement to the 50%. But since that may not happen, I can go to the 15 minutes, wait for a bullish move and a downside continuation. So for gold, so for now, it is wait and see on all our pairs. It's wait and see on all our pairs. You see why when you're looking at lower time frames, let me explain something. When you're looking at lower time frames, there's a reason why you must not always take every rejection. Now, If you look at this low here, you see this candle gave a bullish formation, true or false? Long lower week, Abi. And it didn't close below here. It didn't close below here. So you might be tempted to buy. That's why it's always good to wait for a change of character. You might be tempted to buy this move because this is a bullish swing. But what happens? Price will come down and sweep you. Then you say, what happened? There was no change of character because this move that is out of a consolidation. That's one thing. There is what they call micro and larger and smaller. So on this time frame, this is what price is doing. Do you see it? But now price has not broken below here. So I will wait for two things on this pair. A break above here or for price to give me something like this. They've made this low. I need them to go up, probably come down here, break this high. Once they break this high, I wait for the retracement, then start gunning for all these areas. But until they do that, it is wait and see. So because when you don't know this is a bullish setup. You could have bought here and you'd have got some pips and you'll be targeting here. They come back and hit your stop loss and you wonder what happened. There is no change in character. The high that breaks the low for a buy setup to be set to be good on that time frame you're looking at, that high must be taken out. If they don't take it out, that means it is still a strong high. And if you're buying, you're asking for trouble. So, in the absence of any other question, I think this is where we're going to end the session for today. We'll be coming back at, say, 12:30, 12:30, if the market offers us any opportunity. So thank you all for taking your time to attend. The recording, I will upload the recording to the YouTube page. So take your time. Don't forget to like, share, and follow the page. So goodbye, everybody.
Thank you, sir.